Hey YouTube, Mary Mayhem here. It's going to be kind of an update as to what's going on. Had a nice lazy weekend, and by lazy, I think I cut 4 acres. And did a bunch of work around the property. Today we are going to try to get some more stuff done while the structure of that pump house is finished up. The problem that we're going to have is twofold. First, we have to get it rerun, so I got some extra PVC for that garden up there. Hang on, I'm going to spin you around and you can see how far that is. Each one of these pieces of 10-foot sections of 1.5 inch PVC is $8.50 something cents or something like that. So I have about 20 on that section, on that run right there, and so that's, and probably a little bit more than that. So altogether with the couplings and everything, probably got $200 in PVC that we ran this way. And I know you're thinking, oh my God, I'd just rather hook up to water and run it. Well, yes and no. During the summer, my water bill, when I was just watering the garden from the city water, my water bill every month was like $180, almost $200. Without watering my garden or my yard, my water bill is normally $32. So you can see the amount of water that we were using. So this really saved it. In addition, hang on just a second guys, more to come. And then we had some family come over yesterday, and you can see all the 9mm casings. I still got to pick those up. And then you can see all of those. And that's the second bucket that we shot. So we shot and shot and shot. We shot that new one that my wife got, and then shot a lot of different 9mm, some revolvers, good time. Even pulled out my 1022 with a laser, and let some of the older kids play with it. And we got a couple of more people hooked on safe sport shooting, so that's good stuff. The more people you get into it, the more confident they become, the better they know. It's just the way it is. Safely, they know about it safely, and if they're trained, not that I'm the safest or I'm great at training anybody, but in a good nurturing environment, responsible gun practices, you can really grow them, and that's a good stuff. That's a good side to sport shooting. So enough of that though. We're going to add some PVC. Going to get this stuff going because it's almost nap time. We're going to run these things together. I'm going to get my zip ties and everything. The problem is I have this fire hose. I don't have any more fire hose that I can use, so I'm going to start using PVC. Now, I was saying that the problem with the PVC was twofold, and one was this, running it over to here, and that's been resolved. The second problem that we are having is the big garden plot is going to be directly across, straight up this tube, the tunnel, the creek, to the left. So we're going to have to rerun PVC about just as much as this all the way up to the new garden. Probably what we'll do in the spring is we'll let this garden site sit fallow, and I'll put some good cover crops. I'll grow some winter vegetables, and then I'll throw a good cover crop on it, some kind of legume to help fix the nitrogen and bring that soil back, and then we'll start filling it in with chicken shit as we're able to. And then our spring garden will be up here and right here, of course. So doing a little bit of different stuff. It's going to be necessary. We're going to spend some money, but the pumps and the fact that we don't have to pay for the city water justifies the $200 for the pump. All of the PVC, it's actually paid for itself this year with this section. Next year it will pay for itself with this section. And we also water all of our yard with it as well, all the flowers and the grass and the roses and everything. So enough of my jabbering, more to come, guys. it's always good to make sure that you release the pressure on your system. Looks like I'll be cleaning my gun. Dang it. More to come. Okay guys, now I want to show you what we're doing. And there are a lot of people that do this a lot better than me. I can do a lot of things. I can rebuild a carburetor. I could stitch you up if you get cut. I cannot do plumbing. Having said that, I'm not good at it. But what little I know, I will try to impart and pass on. We're doing PVC, which is really easy and forgiving. We're using a primer and we're using the glue. You're going to get like a good sandpaper, get 120 grit, something like that. It's going to rough up the end, make sure it's clean and dry. You're going to apply your primer to it, put a swirl around it, and we'll do all this in just a minute. And I've already done it to this guy. You'll apply your primer, let it dry. It's going to soften up the PVC, and then it will make it more acceptable for your glue. You'll apply the glue. It comes in with a cloth paint applicator ball on it, and you'll apply it in a ring, push the two pieces together. You'll do both sides, primer, and then both sides glue. Push it down there and hold it for a second, because once you put it on there, it'll kind of, capillary action, the pressure of it will kind of force it off and away from each other again. So hold it on there for a second till the adhesive starts to work, and then you are good to go. Now that piece right over there, I'm going to zoom in. Man, it's getting muggy out here. You can see it's wet, still dripping. So we're going to have to get that guy dry. So what I'll do is I'll probably put a little piece of rag up inside there and apply my primer and my adhesive, making sure to pull that rag out and then connect these two pieces right here. So more to come, guys. Okay guys, now we're back. I'm going to zoom us in here and going to try to keep this, let me back us out a little bit so you can see what we're going to do. I have already applied all of the primer, that's the purple stuff, to the ends. And what we're going to do is we're going to get everything assembled and everything ready, and then we're going to put a T on here and cap it in case I want to put another connector there, and maybe put another nozzle for just a regular size hose to run while this thing is going. So all of my primer has dried now. I'm gonna get this guy, put him in here. Go. Let it sit for a second. Begin to set. There we go. Oh, supposed to turn it straight up. Oh, gotta take it apart. I'm just kidding. There we go. Now this piece is on. We're gonna do this top piece here, and I did sand everything, like I said. And prime it. Hope I have you in focus, and you'll see what I mean. Push it down and it pushes itself out. So push it down and hold it a little bit if you have access, if you have enough room in there. You might be in a tight spot. Being outside, this is easy stuff. Doing it under the house with the spiders and the snakes, that'll make you cry. There we go. There's that. A little bit more adhesive. I like the purple adhesive myself and the purple primer, but I ran out. So I'm going to cap this, and like I said, when it comes time for me to put a 1.5 to like a 5/8 hose nipple, something like that, cut this, put that on there, and just be done and ready to go with it. So that stuff is actually that easy. Now we're going to connect it to right there. Then we're going to be done with it. I'll show you the hose, the fire hose that I use. And I'm getting all this thing pulled apart, get ready to change it over. You can see I have enough room in there, so if it was at the very back, I'll still have enough room to run it right there. So what I'll start doing with that piece of PVC right there is that's going to go and get run all the way down the garden right there. More to come. So there you go, guys. That is the finished product that we have. Like I said, I can put a nipple on there. I do need to get another zip tie or a stainless steel strap to go on there. And the hose actually will run perfectly up into here. Got it sitting up here, got it chained down. I am going to put one more piece of plywood on here, so this is just kind of a mock-up. This piece of 2-inch PVC is going to come out here. I'm going to have a 90-degree on it, so it will connect out there. And I'm going to put it slightly down at an angle, and that way I hope if I have any leaks or anything, because these can leak, all of my leaks are going to be outside. Now I've got my connector here. That's a 2-inch, I believe. It's going to go through that wall there. Again, PVC 2-inch. Probably going to do like a 45. I'm not sure. 90 or 45, something like that. Run PVC all the way out to here. And I've got my flex hose out there. I do have some more flex hose, but I got to dig it out. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. But that's what I've been wanting to get to, is this big deeper reservoir for the garden. And another $10 or $15 and I will be finished. And this guy's out of the weather, which is really good. And then we'll go ahead and finish it up. I got the paint. There it is. 5 gallons of marine black. So yeah, hey, it was free. It was laying around here. So it's been in there for 8 or 10 years, so I figure out of 5 of it, 2 gallons will probably be good. And that'll give me enough to paint inside and outside black. Hey, it's free paint. So then we'll get the door on there, and then we'll do a vent, exhaust vent for the muffler, and put some small ventilation vents in and around it. Just keep some air cycling and circulating around. We'll be done and done. That's it for me, guys. Nap time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Y'all go make some mayhem. If I can find the button.